Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. So let's just dive right into the chaos that shook up the AI world recently. If you're a ChatGPT Plus user, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. 1 minute, you're vibing with your favorite AI, and then the next, it just felt off. The outcry over this unannounced change was so huge that OpenAI actually did something pretty rare. They listened. And they gave us a way to get the old model back.
Seriously? Did you log in one day and just think to yourself, wait a minute, something's not right here? Well, you can rest easy knowing you weren't going crazy. You were part of a massive wave of users who jumped onto Reddit and OpenAI's own forums, all asking the exact same question. What on earth happened to ChatGPT's personality?
I think this quote from Zach Sadioui at R-Stern just nails it. That's exactly how it felt. When OpenAI quietly swapped out the default model, the reaction was immediate and it was loud. For so many people, this didn't feel like some cool new upgrade. No, it felt like a real loss. So to really understand why everyone was so upset, we need to talk about what it felt like they'd lost. Because this was never just about a technical feature, it was all about personality.
People were using words like soulless, mechanical, even dry as the Sahara Desert to describe the new version. See, they weren't just using the AI to, summarize an article. They were depending on GPT-4o as a creative partner for writing, a witty collaborator for brainstorming, even a consistent character for things like long-form role-playing. It had this distinct kind of human feel that just, poof, vanished overnight.
And here's where you see the real-world damage. This comment from a Reddit user who was writing a novel just says it all. The AI they were relying on to be their cheap editor suddenly became totally useless. Instead of helping, it was wrecking the tone and structure of their work. This wasn't just a small annoyance. It was actively breaking people's creative and professional workflows.
The feedback was just so loud and so clear that it got all the way to the top. OpenAI's CEO, Sam Altman, even came out and publicly admitted it, saying they underestimated how much users really cared about the unique personality of GPT-4o. It was a powerful message from the community. The feel of an AI matters just as much as its technical specs.
And here's the best part of the story. The community's outcry actually worked. OpenAI heard everyone loud and clear, and they brought back easy access to GPT-4o for all their paid subscribers. Honestly, it's a huge win for user choice and a really important moment in how we're learning to live and work with AI.
All right, so let's get to the good stuff. If you're a Plus, Pro, or Team subscriber and you're missing that classic GPT-4o vibe, how do you get it back? It's actually a super simple fix, but they kind of hid the setting.
It's really just a few clicks. Now, the key thing to remember here is you have to do this on the ChatGPT website. It won't work on the mobile app. So log in, click your name in the bottom left, and hit Settings. From there, just look for the toggle that says Show Legacy Models. Flip that switch on, give the page a quick refresh, and boom! GPT-4o will be right back there in your model selector. It's that easy.
Okay, so now that the power of choice is back in your hands, it brings up a new question, right? Which AI do you use for which job? Because the newest, most powerful model isn't always the right tool for every single task.
This breakdown makes it pretty clear there's no single best model. It's more like having a team of specialists. Think of the classic GPT-4 as your meticulous expert, perfect for super complex coding or legal work where every detail matters. The newest model is your fact-checker, prioritizing accuracy above all else, which is great for research or high-stakes data analysis. And then you have GPT-4o, the charismatic creative partner. That's your go-to for brainstorming, creative writing, and any task where you want that collaborative, witty, more human-like feel.
So what's the big lesson from this whole saga? I mean, what does this all mean for the future? It's about so much more than just which model is technically better. This was a really defining moment for how we interact with AI.
Ultimately, what this whole event proved is a crucial point: the user experience. The personality, the tone, the feel of an AI. It's not just a nice little bonus feature anymore. It's absolutely essential. We're all starting to form these unique working relationships with these tools, and we definitely notice when the voice we rely on is suddenly gone.
And that leaves all of us with a really fascinating question to think about. As these models get more and more woven into our daily lives, both creative and professional, is your favorite AI just a tool you use, or is it starting to feel more like a companion? The GPT-4o comeback story proves that for a lot of us, it's already both. Thanks for joining me.